ladies and gentlemen, we're down to one storyteller. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Aren't you guys sad? Is everyone sad? I'm sad. I'm totally bummed about it. We only have one guy left. And this next guy comes on stage is a super awesome human being. He does stand-up. He's a very funny guy. We've been over his house. We've hung out many times. We've given many speeches before together. Please welcome to the stage. Very funny, Zach Funk.
Ow!
One of my finest, proudest memories of high school is the week I spent working for Saddam Hussein. Now, before you start calling it the NSA and telling me that you found the elusive Zacharias al-Funkawi, allow me to explain. I grew up in Lancaster County, which is like the Amish country, a very conservative area. So 10th grade world cultures is super important, because you don't learn about the outside world. We didn't have a Taco Bell. I had the utter simultaneous joy and horror of watching one of my classmates explain to another classmate how no, the Jewish girl did in fact not give up bacon for Lent. Yeah, that's the kind of area I'm from. So 10th grade world culture's super important. And I had one of those teachers who I will affectionately for now just call him Mr. G, in case he doesn't be saying his name. And also, he's the kind of teacher who would probably really love it if you called him Mr. G. He's one of those kind of guys. He modeled his teaching style half on being an excellent teacher and half of like what you would see on Boy Meets World. Like every good teachery sitcom aspect he has. And one of his things also was doing like interesting projects for things. For example, earlier in the school year at this point, we'd done our unit on the history of China. And when we got to the Communist Revolution and Mao, our group project was to make Mao propaganda posters. So my friend Tom and I, we, now you would Photoshop, we use MS Paint to take the story. We took the Air Jordan logo, made it red, put a yellow star on the basketball, and put Mao's head on it, with the tagline, I want to be like Mao. That is the kind of people my friends were in high school.
Yeah.
Like, we would, well, they would get good grades, I slacked off on stuff. But I could have had good grades. But either way, we were clever about things. And so we get to our unit on the Middle East. And our teacher has us do a project another teacher had done earlier in the year, which they had dubbed the OPEC game. OPEC, for those who don't know, is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It's like, whenever oil skyrockets, those are the guys to be pissed at. Okay? And so we are all to get into groups of 3 or 4, and then each group we randomly assigned an OPEC nation. And our teacher explains to us, now you have to remember, during this project, you are your country. You are not Americans. You need to, really get in the mindset of your country, because, again, my Jewish classmate, when she had that with another teacher, she was the group leader for Iran, and tried to make peace with Israel, acknowledge the Holocaust, all these crazy things. And so my group was myself, my friend Alan, who was just kind of an all-around regular guy, and Tom, who I'd worked with before. Tom and I, we'd known each other since 4th grade in elementary school. It was our job to raise and lower the flag every day. Which, if you want to teach a kid to grow up to be a very cynical adult about his country, have him raise and lower the flag every day. So Tom is, he was one of 2 valedictorians my class had, got a full ride to college, like super smart guy, star of all the school musicals, just awesome person. And me, we got assigned Iraq. Now this is the 2000 to 2001 school year, so September 11th attacks haven't happened, we haven't gone back into the Middle East yet, so at this point Iraq is simply hilarious. Most people of my age group know Iraq as, oh yeah, that place we kicked ass in the early 90s, or Saddam Hussein as Satan's on-again, off-again boyfriend on South Park. And so each group, the way it works is, Monday, find out what your groups are. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Each group is given 3 goals we are then to try to achieve Friday at a mock OPEC summit. So Iraq's goals were, be completely forgiven for the first Gulf War. have every sanction taken away. Goal 2, gain full unrestricted membership back into OPEC. Goal 3, say, hey, the Koran's awesome. So we can maybe get one of these 3 goals done. Alan isn't too concerned. Tom is worried because he's that valedictorian, I need to get A's. But then it hits me. And I remember what the teacher said about how you have to become your country. I'm like, guys, don't you realize we have permission to cheat? We can do anything we want to. We're Iraq. Everybody, if they do their project well, everybody hates us already. What do we have to lose? So, like I said, we had 3 days of research in the library. First project of the school year for World Cultures was do a report on any country of your choosing. I've done my report on Iraq as no enemy, right? So, our 3 days of research were done. Because I'd done it, I got an A in my report, I knew my facts, and so we spent our 3 days of research role-playing. Only instead of being like 12th level elf rogues, we were PR guys for war criminals. Like I said, Tom, valedictorian, he done his country report on Indonesia, another OPEC nation. The Indonesian group was slackers. We sold them Tom's country report in turn for their votes. Our Iranian group was just a bunch of, to be honest, not that bright football guys. I worked on the school newspaper. I knew the importance of a byline, and I know how no one ever reads them. So I found an article from 1963 talking about how Iraq and Iran were getting along swimmingly, showed it to them, and got their votes. Alan, our other team member, he was dating a girl in other groups, so we got their votes very easily that way. And the whole thing, too, was the teacher also really stressed, and I remember, like, this is diplomacy. Your goals should be secret, because, you need to try to achieve your goals, and often your goals will conflict with other groups. So, to make sure every group understood what their goals were, see how research was going along, Mr. G would meet with every group in the library at one of the conference tables, and chat with them, make sure they understood their goals. I hid behind the bookshelves and took notes on every meeting. Because again, we're Iraq. So there was one group we didn't try to get the support of, which was Kuwait. Because again, we care about history. We are nerds, but we're going to be nerd correctly, Every time we saw the Kuwaiti group in the hallway that week, we threw paper balls at them and called them pigs. Every day in class, we inched our chairs slowly and closer to where they were. Just slowly annexing their part of the library. I mean, partially because we knew that group was run by smart, clever people as well, so there was no chance we could trick them anyway. But also, evil's just fun. Mr. G had 3 classes of world cultures each day. So anything we couldn't get from our group, we essentially had moles in the other 2 world culture periods feeding us information. Friends, people would give a slice of pizza to at lunch, whatever you gotta do. So Friday comes around, and we get to the OPEC summit. So we have to give our speeches, give our presentations. Now, I've done most of the dirty work because, Tom and Alan are good people. I'm generally a good person, but I have this inner supervillain in me that I work very hard to control every day. So, for example, to help get people on our side, after the first Gulf War, a lot of the warheads had depleted uranium in them. So, tragically, there are a lot of children that were born in Iraq just very, very deformed. All kinds of different birth defects. And so we printed out pictures of them.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And passed them around the class, because as an insomniac, I know how good those, help poor kids in another country infomercials can be. And I explained how every group, no, this is a kinder, gentler Iraq. So, yeah, he's still there. He's like the Queen of England. He's just a figurehead. I mean, he got 99% of the vote. People like him. Come on. But really, if you don't forgive us for all the horrible things we've done, look at these children. Yeah, because Lancaster County has a lot of really sympathetic people, which I normally am. But I believe in role-playing properly. So the summit comes around, because a lot of my classmates knew my tendency for supervillainy. Like I said, I did a lot of the dirty work, but I had Tom do the speeches. I was kind of the Dick Cheney to his George W. I was the real power behind the evil of the group. So the summit comes around, and we won.
Woo!
Wow.
We were given full membership back into OPEC. We were forgiven for every single Gulf War debt. Fran was a pushover, that was fine. Really, like, had we asked, they probably would have made us head of OPEC. Because we were just that damn good at being evil. And so, end of class, like, the teacher stops the assignment, like 10 minutes before class is over. And then he just looks at the class dumbfounded and just goes, "Iraq is not supposed to win!" Saudi Arabia, you're the chair. You could have just told them to shut up. Iran, you hate Iraq. You always have, you always will. Oh wait, good job. And so we won, and we got our A's. And then the next school year, we told Mr. G what we had done. Because we couldn't let him change our grade. I mean, come on. We were pretend evil, not legitimately stupid.